You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name's Ken, here in the studio with Jeff and Neal. Boys,
how's it going? I know
we got Matt online.
Matt's
What's going
here
on?
too. Nothing's
Matt's
going
here too.
on.
Must be a good day.
We're the Long John boys today.
Yeah, I'm wearing long johns as per usual.
Yep, me too. I try anytime it's under 40, maybe under 45. I'm always having long johns.
It's a pretty crummy Chicago day.
But Jeff said no long johns for me because I'm too bear-like.
Yeah, I'm warm all year basically, unless it's quite cold out. So
And furry.
yes,
A little furry.
a little bit. Yes.
Medium furry. He's got light hair though.
I'm sure everybody cares about that.
Matt.
Well, we hope you've all been enjoying this, but also just our past few episodes. And for everyone who's already filled out that Airwave survey, we appreciate it. We'll give you some more information as the episode continues today. But thank you for filling out that survey. It's just going to help us get some sponsors that you want, not necessarily ones that the company shoves down your throat.
I like your intention there, Neal, but they've already tuned out.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah,
they already
after
got
the light hair.
The 30-second forward 6 times, and let's get to the game.
They're waiting for Darren or some similar, right?
Well, the person we're waiting for is our special guest host today, and we're
Oh.
super excited to have him here today. Just from around the block, not too far from us, an Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon, David Kantorski. How are you, David?
I'm doing all right. Thank you guys for having me.
Of course. Some listeners might know you from the baseball bonus episode we had, but tell us a little bit about yourself for those that don't know, and also your sort of unique connection into finding the show, or maybe not really finding the show, but the other connection you have towards it.
Okay. Well, as you said, yeah, David, Chicagoland area. I sell computers by day to pay the bills, and I have 2 amazing kids that keep me quite busy during the weekends. You guys are my trivia fix, so I enjoy the show. Appreciate it. Found the show on my own, but I assume the connection you're talking about is that I recently found out that my brother happens to be dating one of you guys, your sisters. Jeff's sister and my brother are dating, so
Wow.
that's not how I got on the show, though. So no nepotism here.
Yeah, funny coincidence. I guess my sister was wearing one of our, Triviality branded hoodies.
T-Public.
Yeah.
By choice, or did you tell her?
No, by choice.
Okay.
She's not a big trivia person herself. I wasn't say she's not a fan of the show, but she was supportive and she ordered one, and she was wearing it, and David's like, oh, you like the show, and she's like, oh no, it's like my brother's podcast or whatever.
No, it's terrible. I hate
But
it.
it's my brother.
So anyone who bought a Triviality hoodie, if anyone asks you about the show, just say, oh, it's my brother's podcast.
And I hear that the Triviality hoodies are almost as comfortable as these Aiken Tennis Club hoodies
Yes.
that we were sent to by our friend Mr. Sargent. We appreciate it.
I know I almost wore mine today, but I had a little spot of dirt on it, and I need to wash it, so I couldn't wear it today.
Mine is filthy, to be
Absolutely.
honest. I lounge in it. It's so comfy. It keeps me warm all winter long. Back to the weather. Anyways.
So we have David here to host a game for us today, but we had to pick teams by pulling pencils out of Ken's hand, whichever one was the sharpest. Got Matt, and I believe that was you, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's because Matt is also the sharpest.
That's true.
Sharpest
I love, Matt, actually, speaking of that, no one can see this, but behind you is a workout bike. We would love if you could do the episode today while working out and doing cardio.
Yeah, I think that will kind of get the brain cells firing today, so I might hop on that for a little bit.
But speaking of you and Jeff, what's your team name today?
We had nothing. We were playing off what you guys said, but you threw to us first, so we're going to say that we are the Black-Eyed Onomatopoeias.
The black-eyed onomatopoeias. And Ken, where did our name come from?
I have no idea, but you suggested it, and you said vocal flanging.
Ken and I were talking about vocal exercises because Ken has a show coming up soon. He was talking about doing some exercises, and I said, "How about we just be vocal flanging?"
Okay.
It rings off the tip of your tongue, kind of like the Wiggles.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's get the pro vocalist in and hear the rules from Darren.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I am the cream.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to play here. David, feel free to take it away.
So question 1. Brady Anderson is the first MLB player to hit 50 home runs in a season and then steal 50 bases in a season. He is most famous for being a Baltimore Oriole, but he was originally drafted by the Boston Red Sox before being traded away with which 6-time All-Star and 3-time World Series champ to Baltimore in the middle of the 1988 season. It's a bloody shame the Red Sox traded away these guys.
So I don't know any 88 players, so we could just say Bloody Bat Johnson.
Keith Hernandez.
Yeah, I mean, I have a real player who the bloody shame clue makes me think it is, but that was later in the 2000s, but we could go with that name if you want.
Let's go with it.
Okay.
You're probably right going with this bloody player who eventually started a video game company and went belly up. It didn't go well for him. I'm pretty sure this is Kurt Schilling. What do you think, Jeff?
We also put bloody sock Kurt Schilling.
Oh, he agrees. Jeff agrees. Kurt Schilling it is.
It is Kurt Schilling. Thanks for picking up on that clue there for the bloody sock.
The only way that we would have gotten it over here, I'm just glad I knew that he had a bloody sock. So.
Noted bloody sock person, Kurt Schilling.
Not known for any other comments or anything.
Moving on.
Yep. So, question 2 in the category of movies. In the 1995 Batman Forever, Tommy Lee Jones starred as Harvey Dent, a.k.a. Two-Face, who had 2 extreme female sidekicks, Sugar, the nice and angel-like one, and Spice, the dark one, that would probably quit on her boss midday. Name the actresses that played these characters for 5 points apiece.
Harvey Dent. I have
That's
one
the other one.
That's a different Harvey Dent.
You probably have the same one I'm thinking of.
Batman Forever is a blank spot in my Batman knowledge.
I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan.
I've seen it once, and I was a child.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I didn't realize there were sidekicks.
Oh yeah. It's in all the press photography. I'm just a huge Jim Carrey fan, so I saw it a million times. And then McDonald's or Burger King had those awesome glasses that I wish I still had.
Let's bring up those again.
Yeah,
I think we've talked about it on the show like 10 times, but they are amazing.
Probably. Yeah, but it's been like 200 episodes.
It's been a long time.
So we're in.
We're in.
You got both of them?
Do you remember this, Matt? I've seen the movie once, like Ken, about 25 years ago.
Drew Barrymore is definitely Sugar, I believe.
Okay.
Spice, I have no idea. So I guess we could say Victoria Beckham as the Spice. I don't know.
That would have been good.
It's pretty funny.
I don't know her name, so that's what we're gonna go with. I guess.
We also went with Drew Barrymore, and we went with from Goodfellas, Debbie Mazar.
Well, at least one team is getting full points on this one.
Not us.
It is Debbie Mazar.
Wow.
I
actually know that actress. Debbie Mazar.
Yeah. Question 3. So, in the category of music, in the 1992 music video, Nuthin But a G-Thing, Snoop Dogg wore a white hat with a giant leaf of some sort on it, while Dr. Dre bared this MLB team's hat. He's probably going after the clean, refreshed design instead of representing his hometown.
So it's probably not a California-based team then, right? But a team a team with a nice, fresh design at the time.
All right, we'll lock in.
All right, Jeff.
So
What do you think?
I was gonna say it ain't nothing but a G thing, Matt. Right?
Mhm.
So, let's see.
Do you think the Giants? What does that mean? What are you saying here?
Oh no, I was just gonna say it for broke podcasters going crazy. I was gonna improv the lyrics,
okay.
but so that being said, I thought he was from Compton.
He is from the city of Compton.
Right.
Long
Straight
Beach,
from there.
Inglewood.
Some would argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Compton, Inglewood area. So he's from LA.
Yeah. He was
Right.
not wearing an LA hat. I believe 92 is when the White Sox transformed from the little man with the ball head kind of logo that they
Okay.
used to have
Ew.
to the Gothic
current-
style writing.
Yeah.
And I think that was very popular in hip hop at the time.
I was going to say that type of script does feel very 90s hip hop to me.
So I think that the White Sox might be the answer.
So maybe he is from Chicago or
Go
repping Chicago.
White Sox.
Ken was integral to this answer.
Sure.
I gave him a list, but I do remember seeing Dr. Dre. He has like a raincoat on or something, or like a light jacket, and I
Slicker.
think it's a White Sox hat. So that's what we went with.
Yeah, you guys got the clean sock from the first question. It is the Chicago White Sox, who actually refreshed their design in '91, Matt. But yes, that is correct.
Nice.
The old logo
That
was
is
cooler.
it's a big one in the hip hop world.
I like it.
Oh, it was. I do like that old logo a lot.
So on to question 4. In the category of food. Originating in 1941, this candy-coated chocolate was made as a way for soldiers to carry chocolate into warm climates. Now it is sold to the public in over 100 countries, branding a small M on each piece. Of course, I'm talking about M&Ms, so don't get so excited. My question is, what do the M's stand for? There are 2 of them, so 5 points apiece for the correct answers.
All right, we're locked in with a guess. Not a good guess, but a guess.
Well, I think one of them is Mars. Would you agree?
That's what I thought too.
This is the Mars Candy Company, I'm guessing.
I also thought it was one John Mars or his family candy company.
John Carter of Mars.
That's right. It's John Carter of Mars and John Mars, right?
Right. Cousins.
So for some reason I thought it was like Mars and Mars, like
They're both Mars?
something like that. Possibly.
Like a law firm.
Like a law firm. But I don't know. Mars is the only one that I feel even strongly about, and I'm not sure that's right.
Okay. Well, let's go with Mars and Mars.
Okay, we said Mars and March, since you said it was for people marching and deployed.
I don't recall ever saying marching, but you guys at least got 5 points. It is Mars for Forrest Mars.
Oh, Forrest.
Yep, who is the son of the Mars, company.
Candy conglomerate.
The other one, the candy, yeah. The other one happened to be another son of the Hershey company, and that was Bruce Murray.
Oh, okay.
And those are the 2 guys that brought M&Ms into the mainstream.
Gotcha.
Little crossover event.
All right. Question 5. Matt's going to like this because we're going back to sports. Earlier this month, Tom Brady announced his retirement.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The deuce.
Hopefully he'll come back, but he had an amazing career collecting multiple rings and records. And on November 13th of 2022, he added one more to his career, becoming the first quarterback to win a game in 4 different countries. U.S. is, of course, one of them. But I want you to name the other 3 countries that terrific Tom was victorious in.
All right, we're locked in.
So one of them I'm pretty sure is the UK, right?
Yeah. They've been playing games there yearly for... the most recent one was, I believe, Germany.
Right. Germany
beat,
was on my list.
They beat the Packers in Germany this year.
And was it Mexico one of them?
I think this might be Toronto, because I think this might be when the Bills were playing in Canada that season. And
okay.
Because I don't think that he's played in the Mexico games, because it's usually the Cardinals and it's usually against a West Coast team, the Mexico
Yeah,
game.
I remember like Oakland and Arizona playing down there, but I couldn't remember Brady ever playing down there, but that's why I was curious.
But the Bills played half of their home games in Toronto for like 2 to 3 seasons, and they're in the same division, so it would have made sense for him to play
smart.
there. And
Tricky.
The Bills were not good at that time. So I think Canada, Germany, USA, and England or the UK would be our answers.
Perfect.
We said all the same things. I didn't know about that little fact about Toronto, so we just locked in with USA, England, Germany, and Mexico.
Well, Matt, you overthought it. They happened to play those games at home in Buffalo versus the Patriots. It was Mexico where they played the LA Raiders at the time.
Okay.
Our ignorance panned out this time.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, but I got to say a fun fact, so
Yeah.
everyone wins.
We all had fun, except for Jeff.
Yeah.
And speaking of fun, the scores are pretty fun right now. We got Black-Eyed Onomatopoeia with 30 points and Vocal Flanging with 45.
All right, on to question 6. Back to movies. We all know Agent Smith from The Matrix, and some might even recall his 2 partners, Brown and Jones. However, the 3 agents were all upgraded for the sequel with 3 different but common surnames. Can you give all 3?
Yes.
Don't worry, I have hints.
No hints.
Do you want the hints?
Yes, hints.
No.
I'll give the hints because I have that in the question. So the first shares his name with a magical athlete. The second with a famous hunter. And the last with someone who just wants your child to go the to sleep.
Well, I think the magical athlete is Johnson. Magic Johnson.
Okay. That makes sense.
I believe the famous hunter would be Hunter S. Thompson, so I'm guessing Thompson is the second one.
Okay.
And then for the third thing, I already forgot. Oh, the go to sleep. What is that? There's a
CM Punk?
No, I was trying to think if it wasn't Sandman. Who was the Greek god of like sleep? Do you remember?
No, I think that there's a
Morpheus.
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Already taken.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
No, he said a common surnames. There's a store. There's like it's like a kid's book that's Go to the F to Sleep, I believe. And there's a reading.
Who is it
of
written by?
I don't know.
Oh.
This is where it falls apart for us. So
Johnson, Thompson, and
I don't know, Adams, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What do you want to go with? I'll leave it up to you because I did some lifting there.
You did some lifting there. Trying to think. I don't. Yeah, I will go Adams. I don't know.
Okay.
Great clues. We went with Johnson, Thompson, Jackson.
And once again, one team receiving all the points. It is Magic Johnson, Hunter S. Thompson, and Samuel L. Jackson are the hints that I was going
Samuel L. Jackson.
Because he read the book. He did like an audio version
yeah,
of the
and
book.
I was
yeah.
I
seeing
totally
it.
remember that now.
I was like, name an angry man. That would have helped you a little more.
Was that
All right.
5 points each for each name, or was that just a full 10?
It was a full 10 for all 3.
Okay.
Same for last question, right? Full 10?
Correct.
Okay, great.
Ooh, that's gonna make it tough.
So, question 7, category of food and drink. According to liquor.com, this cocktail is made with bourbon, spearmint leaves, simple syrup, and an option of bitters. This drink is most associated with a big spring sporting event. What is the cocktail? And to help you out, I got 3 bonus points if you can name the sporting event.
I believe this is where they wear a lot of hats. I think this is the Kentucky Derby. And I can't remember if it's I don't think it's mojitos. There's another
Oh,
drink.
That's a dirty secretariat, I believe.
There's another drink, and
I thought that was the War Machine.
Oh, it might be a mint julep.
That sounds okay.
Okay. All right, we'll lock in with mint julep.
Sounds okay, but it's not. Yeah, it's this is 100% a mint julep and Kentucky Derby. That's the event.
You guys both nailed it, and even with the bonus points there for you.
Woo, bonus points.
I'm in rare. I feel good for like the first time probably in like 200 episodes. I'm feeling okay.
That's awesome.
A rejuvenation.
Well, I got the Matrix question.
I know. I think
That's
we're
about
doing.
it.
We never do this well. Knock on wood. I don't have
Man,
any wood
Matt's
around
carrying
here.
the whole team as I'm like dozing off.
I'd love to knock on wood, but our table is made of plastic, and that's why we need a new GD table.
Yeah, we're working.
All right,
on
let's
it.
get the next one while
All
we're
right,
on a roll.
On the question 8, more of a general question. The Christiana Mall sits in Newark, Delaware, and has been one of the top producing malls in America, hosting over 20 million visitors annually. The Apple store there also lays claim to selling the most iPhones than any other Apple location. No official word from Apple. This is not shocking considering Delaware does not charge sales tax. There are 4 other states that do not charge sales tax. Name them for 5 points apiece, making this a 20-point question.
Yeah, I think we quickly locked in on Alaska. I know that Oregon and Montana don't from my times over in the west side of the country, and then you also said New Hampshire, right? Because we talked about
Yeah, I feel like we
something-
talked about it on the show a while back. I feel like somebody was saying that they used to like jump the border for booze runs. I'm pretty sure that that's one of them.
Yep, so we're going Alaska, New Hampshire, Oregon, and Montana.
All right. Well, I was sure about Oregon because I ordered something from a shop there online and there was no sales tax. Alaska because they pay people to live there. Then we thought Hawaii and
Florida, but we think
Florida.
that might be income tax.
Well, the Black Eye Onomatopoeias are catching up because they got all 4 correct.
Nice.
It is New Hampshire, Oregon, Montana, and Alaska. The best way to think about it, though, there's actually an acronym. If you think of NOMAD, every state starts with one of those letters, ONMAD.
I might have heard that before. That sounds familiar. I also heard I've seen a handful of very nice cars with Montana plates, and that makes a lot of sense now.
What was the Christina clue? Or was it a clue?
Maybe.
Oh,
there's going to be
Okay.
something later on.
okay.
So on to question 9, geographic adjacent. The Sullivan Center is part of the Loop Retail Historic District in downtown Chicago and has housed many retailers, most famous being Carson Pirie Scott and Company, who blend it well with the iconic building. After Carson's closed, there was concerns about the new retailer moving in and keeping with the historic character. However, they really hit the mark, combining their clean, simple design with a beautiful structure. What company currently occupies the Sullivan Center?
So Matt, he said hit the mark. I wonder if that's a Target reference.
That would make sense. This isn't the place that Macy's took over for, right? That was
No, because Macy's was in Marshall Field before.
Marshall
I
Field.
thought.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. So
Yeah. So
I think Target is all the signs point to Target. So maybe we
I'll
hit a
never
bullseye.
miss a Target reference in a question. We said Target.
And both are correct. They did hit the mark. It is Target.
It does look like it
Nice
would
job.
belong to Target. It's just a giant red blob.
And probably one of my wordier questions, if they haven't already been. Question number 10, back to music. Fred and Richard Fairbrass primarily makes up the English pop group Right Said Fred, and in the U.S. is known as a one-hit wonder for their I'm Too Sexy single, which topped the charts in 1992. However, they are both given writing credits on another hit in the U.S. when over 25 years later, They were contacted for approval of a soon-to-be-released song from a big contemporary female artist whose identity was not released to them at the time. Look, I feel this story shows they didn't make her do it, but I want to know what artist wanted to preserve her reputation by giving writing credits to the brothers, and 3 bonus points for the exact title of the song.
All right, we're locked in. I can tell everybody's thinking Taylor Swift because I think everybody heard the word reputation. So we're saying Swift and Shake It Off because we're not fans.
Yeah.
Sorry, people. We know.
I'm a
Speak for yourself.
big Swifties on this side of the table. Which one?
You just won over the crowd.
I
we
know. Do you have any idea, Jeff?
I'm trying to think of what song would maybe have sampled or have writing credits from Right Said Fred.
The Look What You Made Me Do has the same kind of tenor to it as that.
Ah, okay. I would go for that.
It does.
So I think that maybe it's for the melody or whatever they want to give credit for, but I think that might be it. So
I'm cool with that.
I think you're right. Like we said, we just said Shake It Off and Taylor Swift.
Well, it is Taylor. And Matt actually nailed down on the actual clue of they didn't make her do it.
Oh.
Look what you made me do.
I should have gotten that based on that.
I want to come up with that anyways.
Yeah.
All right, Neal. So the players have played, and what are the scores?
Thank you for that. It looks like Team Black-Eyed Onomatopoeias picking up 56 points in the second half, bringing their total to 86. And Vocal Flanging still in the lead with 98 points. And just before we get into the swing round, I just want to give a quick message like we have the past few weeks. As you know, we have a new survey from our network, Airwave. They're doing a listener survey to help us get to know you, your interests, and what you think of the show.
Yeah, it would be very helpful to us if you could take the short questionnaire at surveymonkey.com/r/airwave. Takes just a couple minutes. Your feedback will help us improve the show and find new sponsors who will interest you. And you can just tell us anything you want at the end of the survey, too.
As a way of saying thank you to you, you will be entered to win a $500 Amazon gift card. Again, that's surveymonkey.com/r/airwave, or click on the link in our episode notes after you listen to today's episode.
Look at how professional we are. Once again, please support the podcast by taking the questionnaire at surveymonkey.com/r/airwave, or click the link in the episode notes.
And speaking of being professional, the reason we are so professional now is because of the help of our patrons like David.
That's
so
right.
If you want to join David and get some ad-free main feed episodes, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast and get a bunch of other great perks like bonus audio content and stickers, boxes, all that good stuff.
Yep. On to the swing round.
All right. I don't know if you guys might have picked up on it, so I guess I will give you the inspiration of my swing round first. I happened to watch Jimmy Carr's I Literally Just Told You show on the BBC. And that inspired my swing round question. Because I didn't want to give you hints, and I didn't want to write questions in the middle of hosting. I came up with a question that has 10 answers exactly. And of course, I've given you the hints already. So the question is, in Eminem's 2000 hit, The Real Slim Shady, he calls out exactly 10 celebrities by name. I want you to name all 10. And I've said at least part of their name in each of the 10 questions gotten us to this point.
All right. This will be a challenge, but we'll see what we can do. We'll be right back.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end,
What will I become? Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Well, it was the tale of two teams, us trying to figure out the hints, and Matt and Jeff probably just rapping the entire song and knowing all of the answers. So we're going to see how we did. So let's start with your team since you're the smarty pantses.
Yeah, so we went first with the Carson Daly, Fred Durst chair arrangement. Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, both in there. Will Smith not cussing in his albums. Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson bursting in the door. Dr. Dre being locked in the basement. Tom Green's bum. And for the last person we said was Eminem himself, which he names drops repeatedly.
Cool. I don't even know if we'll get brownie points for this because it's not technically a person, but I was going to put Burger King, but I guess that's not a real person. I know he says that.
He does. It's not a person.
The King
though.
mascot from the ads.
Yeah, so we said Pamela Anderson, Nate Dogg, Tom Green, Madonna, Carson Daly, Britney Spears, Fred Durst, Christina Aguilera, Kid Rock, and Tommy Lee.
Okay. Well, Black Eye Onomatopoeias actually nailed it on that one. And yeah, they probably did rap the song through. Number 1, Brady Anderson for Pam. Number 2, Tommy Lee Jones. Number 3, Dr. Dre. Number 4, even though I spelled it with M, ampersand M, Eminem. Number 5, Tom Brady for Tom Green. Agent Smith was Will Smith in question 6. Question 7, the Spear Mint Leafs for Britney Spears. And yes, you guys kind of were asking about it earlier. Question 8, the Christina or Christiana Mall. Question 9 was Carson Perry Scott for Carson Daly. And question 10, Right Said Fred for Fred Durst.
Awesome.
Good for us.
After that exciting swing round where we all felt a little bit like Slim Shady, Black Eyed Onomatopoeia picking up 50 points, batting perfect that round, bringing their total to 136 and taking the lead by 3 points as Vocal Flanging picked up 35 points, bringing their total to 133.
All right, round 2. Because it seemed that you guys like the themes and hints and so on like that, I will point out up front that I do have a hidden theme in the second round here for you. Once you guys get it, do not shout it out. If you want to go ahead and kind of message me, let me know what the theme is or what you think it is. There's going to be a point before question 10 I will ask. If you send me the correct answer before question 10, I will give you 10 bonus points.
Ooh.
I will give you an extra chance to change or submit an answer after I've read question 10, but you only get 5 points for the bonus theme.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yep.
Cool. So round 2, question 1. You guys are not the only trivia podcast I listen to. I do apologize, but you know, and I've noticed that a number of other podcasts do these type of questions, and I don't recall ever hearing one, and it's never taken off on your show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing a song in a different style than what it's known for.
Okay.
And based off the lyrics, I want you to name that song.
Okay.
Please forgive me, little scratchy throat, so it's not going to sound great.
Got to do your
And,
vocal flanging before.
I tried. So, question 1. Name this 1987 #1 hit based on the lyrics. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside, we both know what's going on. We know the game, and we're gonna play it.
Matt's smiling.
Yeah.
Feeling
locked
good.
in, 100%. I mean, you guys are too, I imagine.
I don't know. Do you know it?
I thought
I
this
don't.
was, I thought this was a gimme. I was gonna give clues right after he said it.
We'll take a clue.
I'll
no,
take
no,
it. Yeah.
no.
All right. Well,
Are you-
So for the
Are you
record,
tapping?
we're tapping.
no, we're gonna say like a virgin.
I think unfortunately you guys have just been rickrolled. This is
Oh,
never gonna give you up, Rick Astley.
It is never gonna give you up because there's never a new way to go ahead and rickroll somebody. And
But you just discovered one.
I did, yeah, because the fun part is, so Jeff's sister and I, we have this like banter about rickrolling each other, and that's how we wish each other happy birthdays. So I figured, Rebecca, if you got to this point of the episode, you just got rickrolled a whole new way.
Love it.
All right, on to question 2. Category is geographic. This U.S. city, with its metropolitan area, is the 15th largest metro area in the U.S. and home to both the world's first and longest floating bridges. With that much water to travel over, it's not shocking the majority of the professional sports teams have aquatic names.
So for this one, Jeff, we tossed around Miami at first. I think Miami as a metro area is bigger than that. I think Miami as a city is not.
Dade County is pretty big, right?
Yeah. And then you threw out Seattle as a joke, and then we started going through the sports teams.
And it starts to feel kind of right.
And 15th seems right. And there is a lot of water there. So
Puget Sound and the like, yeah.
between what is it, Tacoma, I think, in Seattle.
Yeah, the Tacoma area. Yep.
It's all rivers and inlets and whatnot. So I'm okay locking in Seattle if you are.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
We had a similar discussion. I brought up Miami, but I did defer to Ken, who's better with geography than I am, and he pretty strongly felt like Seattle could be one. And we also went through the teams: Mariners, etc., Seahawks, Kraken. So we also said Seattle.
Seattle is correct, yeah. Besides the Krakens, the Mariners, and the Seahawks, they also have the Sea Dogs, a part of the new XFL that just started up this.
Who could forget
past
the
weekend.
XFL?
See? Yeah.
I'm glad that the Supersonics left so that your clue fit better, right? So not a controversial opinion at all.
So, all right, on to question number 3 in the category of food and drink. Created in 1916 in Davenport, Iowa, this soda was sold to Schohoffen Edelweiss Brewery in Chicago in the 1920s, who manufactured the drink to survive Prohibition era, where it rose to the second most popular soda fountain drink, only behind Coca-Cola. Since then, ownership has transferred hands a few times, but it can still be found in parts in the Midwest, where it gets a spike in sales every year around March. And John Fogerty is a big fan.
We're locked in.
We're elected.
Apparently, John Fogerty and I have more in common than I thought.
We were
which is
very
one
much
thing.
on the Royal Crown Cola.
Royal Crown train.
So are we.
Until we heard Bart.
We're going.
Royal Crown.
Fago.
2 liter with every pizza.
No, wait. It's green.
So we are locking in with Green River.
Which, if you haven't had the delightful Midwest treat known as Green River, have it at least once.
It's green cream soda.
Yeah, it's great.
Better than
We
Malort.
too said Green River.
I love that you guys know your sodas. It is Green River.
It is pretty good.
Although, is it Reds or whatever? There's a red cream soda that's quite tasty. Why am I looking at you? You don't drink that
You
stuff.
love cream soda.
I don't drink sugar.
All right, question number 4. Category is fashion. This fabric reportedly dates back all the way back to ancient Egypt. But the fabric as we know it today originated in the 19th century in Manchester, England, and in parts of the world still known as Manchester. However, in the US, it peaked in popularity in the 1970s as a sign of anti-establishment worn by artists, musicians, and directors. It had another spike in the 1990s. But honestly, I've always known it for the sound it made through my childhood.
All right. Not only are we locked in for this question, but we also sent you the answer for the theme, which we will keep secret.
Top secret.
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
We tossed around a few things, and we were thinking back to corduroy. Why do you think corduroy?
I just feel like I saw a lot of photos of people wearing it in the 70s with like vests and flower blouses.
Yeah.
And Corduroy was also a bear who may have done voice work that may have been the sound of David's childhood.
I was thinking about the bear. I'm usually thinking about the bears. So,
All right.
Yeah, corduroy.
We too said corduroy.
And for 10 points apiece, it was corduroy. On to question 5. Politics and science plus math. I hope you're ready. First and foremost, I do want to give a shout out to a couple people from the crop. Grace, who built my confidence with this question, because I thought it might have been a little too hard. And then Rhea, who actually provided a hint for the question.
Thank you both.
So, yep. And if you guys are not a part of the crop, get over there. Wait until the episode's over, whatever. Get over there, join a lot of great people to go ahead and chat with. It's amazing. So you'll find me there, of course, as well.
We have a bunch of wonderful, wonderful listeners, many of whom have joined us in the crop or on Discord and the other places you can find us on social media. So thank you for making the internet a slightly better place to be.
And that's one of the ways you can submit questions for our crop drops, too.
Thank you, David, for doing our ad read for us.
I figured I'd just do that transition, Okay, and now time for some math. I want you to take the number of signatures on the Declaration of Independence minus the amount of men that have been U.S. president, then plus the amount of Supreme Court justices, and then divide by the number of groups that make up the legislative branch. You should end up with a whole number, which represents a bright element.
All right, based on our theme and the element thing, we're not going to do the math, and we're just guessing a number.
Well,
lithium.
I was going to say, Jeff wants to do the math.
I always want to do the math. Is that what you're thinking, Matt?
For a bright element? Yes.
So lithium is 3. If I work backwards times 2, that gives me 6. So was that a negative number then? For the plus 9? That seems about right.
What's a bright element, Jeff?
All right. Well, after Jeff just was pounding the numbers, going person by person on the Declaration of Independence, we came through with the number, and we got to number 3.
And you feel like you've caught on to a theme of sorts too,
It's
right?
It's possible. It might be a bright element of lithium.
Okay. Well, we are saying the number is 10.
Well, at least one of you guys are getting points. It is number 10 for neon.
Oh, neon signs. Yeah.
Yes. It is 56 signatures on the Declaration. 45 men have been president, 9 Supreme Court justices, and of course 2 groups in the legislative branch.
After the first half of the second round, both teams picking up 40 points, but the scores aren't too different. Still a 3-point differential. Black-eyed onomatopoeia with 176 and vocal flanges with 173.
Our team name is becoming more and more poignant.
It is.
And on to question number 6. In the category of sports, speaking of the number 10, the Oklahoma Sooners retired the number 10 in their basketball program in honor of this NBA player, who was selected 12th overall in the 1989 draft and went on to have a 13-year career with the Nets, Hawks, and Warriors. While not in the NBA Hall of Fame, he was an All-Star and led the league in steals, both in 1997 and 1998. If you need help, you can ask the LA outfielder, who was named after him.
We are locked in with a basketball player and not a baseball player like Neal's struggling with.
So we got as far as Mookie.
Mookie,
right?
Yeah. Because Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts is the baseball player you're saying.
Yeah, and I cannot think of the Mookie. I keep wanting to say Muggsy Bogues, but that's not him.
Let's just say Mookie and hope that that's the last name.
Okay, we'll say Mookie.
Fellow short man Muggsy Bogues. We're pretty sure that this is most notable as a Hawk, Mookie Blaylock.
Matt's got it correct. It is Mookie Blaylock.
That's right.
So
How can we answer Mookie and not get points? What kind of world is this?
Because Jeopardy rules are last name,
I
Ken.
know.
Well, this is Triviality
Exactly.
rules. Only first names.
Triviality rules is whatever our host tells us the correct amount of point allocations are.
If they did not get Blaylock, I would have given you points.
All right. Fair.
So,
Fair.
Yeah, because they're more correct. Sorry.
That's understandable.
Which is, as we know,
The best kind of correct.
But we got the theme first. That's all that really matters
that's
between
what
me and
matters.
Ken.
maybe. We don't
We'll
know
see.
yet. To be revealed.
On to question 7. In science, astronomy is filled with amazing phenomenons and fun terms for them. Few examples during a total lunar eclipse where the Earth is between the sun and the moon. Those on the moon side will see a full moon with a reddish appearance. Then there are times that the moon is closer to Earth, appearing bigger and brighter than usual. I did not give the names of these phenomenons because I want to know the 4-word term when both of these events occur at the same time. If you need help, this time you can ask Jacob Black.
Even if it's not right, Matt, it's
Sounds pretty
it
cool.
just looks cool. Yeah.
You can just see it on
It
a
just
t-shirt
sounds
with
cool.
3 wolves howling at it. Just looks so cool.
Are you guys locked in?
Yeah, why not?
All right. We're just saying new moon, blood moon, because we can't figure out how to put it together.
Okay.
And we said full blood moon rising.
Unfortunately, nobody picked it up. It is the super blood wolf moon.
Oh, that's where the Jacob Black comes in. Okay.
And on the question 8, the category is movies. Name this MCU actor who made his film debut in 1995's National Lampoon's Senior Trip alongside Tommy Chong and Kevin McDonald. Far shots from the cast that he worked with in his Oscar-nominated roles, which included Ralph Fiennes and Guy Pearce, and then John Hamm and Ben Affleck.
I'm pretty sure we got this answer, Matt.
So John Hamm and Ben Affleck, was that maybe Argo?
I'm
Maybe
trying to
not.
remember if he cameoed in Argo, John Hamm. Because, I mean, if we're looking at Oscar-nominated actors out of Argo, that would be
Alan Arkin.
Alan Arkin, John Goodman, maybe.
There wasn't a ton of...
But yeah, there's no way they just premiered in
And this
1995.
person must be fairly, not young, but
Yeah, let's see, 95. So
probably not in the 50s or 60s.
20 years ago, so they're probably 40s. It's an MCU actor, started in 95. I'm just trying to think of MCU actors that are Oscar nominated because that's probably the easiest route. So like John C.
I'm just
Reilly.
going to start barking it out.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to start barking out MCU actors.
Okay.
And you tell me.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Oh,
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Noted National Lampoon's Senior Trip.
Wasn't Mark Ruffalo nominated a few times?
Yeah, he was.
Mm.
Ralph Fiennes and Guy Pearce. I'm just trying to
It's
think.
got to be once again.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you hum that, Jeff?
Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking.
It's got to be on our theme.
I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't even hear what he hummed, but don't worry about it because we know the theme already. We've known it for 5 questions past. Yep, we're also locked in. Partially due to the theme got us there quickly, but we are validated with the actors, and we are saying Jeremy Renner.
I believe this was
Get
the
well
film
soon.
where he unleashed the lion. We think it's Jeremy Renner.
And Jeremy Renner is correct.
What was the Ralph Fiennes Guy Pearce film?
The Hurt Locker.
Oh man, I don't remember them being
They
in
were
there.
all in there?
They were all in there.
Holy
I do not remember that.
And
And
it's the following year in The Town is when he starred with John
duh.
Hamm and Ben Affleck.
That's right.
Yeah, I love The Town. I forgot about that. Yeah. Great performance by Pete Postlethwaite.
Yes.
Remember Pete Postlethwaite?
I remember him fondly.
He's the guy from what's his biggest
Usual
role?
Suspects.
Yeah, probably
Yep.
Usual Suspects.
Lost World.
Speaking about the actors, let's move on. Question number 9. In history and movies, on October 13th, 1972, Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571 crashed into the Andre Mountains while flying the Old Christian Club rugby union team to Chile. After initial search and rescue, it was thought that there were no survivors until December 23rd that year, when 2 people on that flight made it to Santiago, Chile, nearly 40 miles away from the crash site, and helped rescue 14 other survivors. In 1993, Hollywood released a movie about this tragedy. Name that single word movie.
We are locked in based on the theme, but we're pretty sure we know the title too.
I'm pretty sure that Marge rents this after she has a fear of flying, and they quote this movie because they had found out they were alive.
Yeah, we agree. We think it is Alive.
So yes, it is Alive. So
Now that being said, we have to have our final guest, right? Submitted now before question 10.
yeah, I do have 2 answers from both of you. Do either of you want to change them?
No, negative.
We're good.
Your last
We want to
point
double
before
down
we
on it.
change-
Can we
double-
split and double down?
No, can't double down.
We're saying Pearl Jam.
Mookie Blade.
Well, hey, you got a chance to change it as well after the next question.
Nope. We're comfortably saying Pearl Jam. We'll see how that confidence pays off in the next question.
Okay. So question number 10. Kurt Cobain led this. No, I'm kidding. Question number 10. The hidden theme is a band, and actually my favorite band, who David Letterman came out of retirement to induct into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017. However, Letterman was not the first choice. He replaced this Hall of Fame musician that not only recorded an album with said band, but was solely inducted into the Hall of Fame by the band's frontman. Name the original inductor for points on this question.
Eddie Vedder is an interesting character. I mean, Chicago guy, loves to sing the 7th inning stretch of Cubs games.
Okay, so we have nothing to go on. Who do you think? Do you have any idea?
No, I'm trying to think of people who might have played with Eddie Vedder.
Pacific Northwest guys?
Or Pearl Jam. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a general who might have played harmonica.
Yeah, probably a
Bob Dylan.
yeah. It could be. I mean, you want to just go Bob Dylan?
I mean, he's probably in there solo.
Yeah, we're going to go with Bob Dylan.
We went back to Eddie Vedder's early days and when he was really hungry.
He was stealing bread.
A Temple of the
Was
Dog.
he in Temple of the Dog?
Yeah, him and Chris Cornell, our
I
answer.
knew Cornell was in there.
Yeah.
Crap.
So what was your answer?
Chris Cornell.
Chris Cornell. Eddie Vedder was actually not a part of Temple of the Dog. He was a guest vocal on that one album. The artist in question is the grunge father himself, Neil Young, who actually recorded Mirror Ball with the band Pearl Jam.
No
He's
way.
called the grunge father?
The grunge father.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Today I
He was
learned.
supposed to induct them, and in 1995, Eddie Vedder inducted him into the Hall of Fame. Obviously, you guys both got the clues. Yeah, you each got the bonus for the 10 points for getting Pearl Jam before the 10th question. So
At the end of regulation, it looks like the scores are not as close as they were. Team Vocal Flanges picking up an extra 20 points plus 10 points bonus for knowing that the theme was Pearl Jam, bringing our total to 203. And Team Black Eyed Onomatopoeia picking up 30 points plus 10 bonus, bring their total to 216.
Tell us the categories for the final. Yeah.
all right, for the final round.
There we go. Need a kind of manic
obviously-
like enthusiasm.
So while listening to you guys, I did backlog all of your shows.
Wow.
And one thing I loved is how Matt always gave 5 random category names. And since Pearl Jam is my favorite band, and the question of the last Well, the theme to the last round, we're going to go with the 5 Pearl Jam members. Ed, Jeff, Mike, Stone, and Matt.
So both teams decided that their get rate in this game has been pretty good, so we're all going 30s.
So in the final round, the category of Ed, which is fashion. Born in Des Moines, Iowa, back in 1945, this tattoo artist rose to fame as a fashion designer in the early aughts with his clothing and perfume lines. Nowadays, his only fans might be gym rats and Jersey Shore fans.
Blasphemy.
In the category of Jeff, TV. The outstanding host for a reality or competition Emmy Award was first introduced in 2008 when Jeff Probst won for Survivor and went on to win 4 straight years. This was a record until this celebrity went on their own streak that stands at 7 years straight. Now name the show or the host. Final round, I can't give you bonus, so it's all the same to me. Category of Mike, general knowledge. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, Mike stands for the letter M and is one of the shortest words used in this format. What is the longest word used in this format? In the category of Stone, food and drink. Cocktail names can be complex or basically simple. For example, a whiskey sour is simply whiskey and sour mix. I want to know what ingredient is added when the word stone is in the title, such as in a whiskey stone sour. And in the category of Matt, honestly, I've been wanting to do a listener submitted question this entire game. And because I did not get one, I finally did get somebody to help me out, and Matt Doherty from the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast provided the next question for you guys. Thank you, Matt Doherty.
Thanks,
And if you
Matt.
haven't
Thanks,
checked out
Matt.
the Benchwarmers,
Hope it's not sports.
check them out.
Here's a Vikings question.
It is sports. So the 2022 MLB first overall draft pick has some high expectations, as his father played 15 seasons in the big leagues. The father was a 7-time All-Star, the 2007 NLCS MVP, and won a World Series in 2011. Name the father, who I am pretty sure was not what Madonna was singing about.
All right, we have the questions. Let's go to our deliberations. We'll be right back after these messages. And all the answers are in. Let's have the questions one more time and see who will be the cream of the crop this week.
All right. In the category of Ed and fashion, born in Des Moines, Iowa, back in 1945, this tattoo artist rose to fame as a fashion designer in the early aughts with clothing and perfume lines. Nowadays, his only fans might be gym rats and Jersey Shore fans.
Yes, definitely the most famous Hardy until his brother Tom played Bane. We're saying Ed Hardy.
Don't forget steering wheel covers. We also said Ed Hardy.
And you guys are both correct.
And rum.
Yeah.
Category of Jeff in the TV category. The outstanding host for a reality or competition Emmy Award was first introduced in 2008 when Jeff Probst won for Survivor and went on to win 4 straight years. This was a record until this celebrity went on their own streak that stands at 7 years straight. Now name the show or the host, because I can't give bonus points, so it's all the same to me.
We said the wonderful RuPaul.
Yeah, I still don't get the clue, but we are pretty sure it's RuPaul.
Well, the clue is because RuPaul has the RuPaul Drag Race. So if you got one, you probably got the other.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense then.
Yep. So yes, both of you guys are correct. Category of Mike, general knowledge. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, Mike stands for the letter M and is one of the shortest words used in this format. What is the longest word used in this format?
Well, I botched this one. I thought umbrella was the U, but Jeff informed me it was actually uvula. No, well, what is it?
Yes, I found it actually when I was doing my my vocal phalanges. But no, I believe at 8 letters it is November.
And those black eye onomatopoeias picking up their points. It is November.
And what was the U?
And
Uniform.
U is uniform.
I love me the NATO phonetic alphabet.
It's good to know.
I order a lot of things over the phone, so.
You want to sound cool while you do it.
So, in the category of stone, food and drink, cocktail names can be complex or basically simple. For example, a whiskey sour is simply whiskey and sour mix. I want to know what ingredient is added when the word stone is in the name, as in a whiskey stone sour.
We kept it simple, and we just said ice.
I really struggled between if this was a generic juice or a specific juice, but we ended up saying orange juice.
And once again, onomatopoeia, it is orange juice.
Wow.
Yep. And finally, in the last category of Matt, sports question from Matt Doherty again. The 2022 MLB first overall draft pick has some high expectations, as his father played 15 seasons in the big leagues. He was a 7-time All-Star, 2007 NLCS MVP, and won a World Series in 2011. Named a father who I'm pretty sure was not what Madonna was singing about.
Yeah, this one, we basically just went by Madonna songs because we had no idea who the draft pick was. We initially thought it was possibly Vogue or Vogel. Or Bobby Bonilla's son,
The Ela of Bobby Bonita.
But we ended up locking with Holiday or Halliday for our answer.
Yeah, and I wasn't listening because, no offense, like you, Matt Doherty, but I'm not a sportscast. So, Matt, what was our answer?
Now, if you locked in Halliday, that's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know why you said that.
Roy Halladay does not have a son who is
You said
number one
Holiday.
pick. But Matt Holiday.
Either way, we lost, but we said Holiday.
Matt Holiday does, and it's definitely Holiday.
I will give points to both sides. It is Matt Holiday.
To be fair, Neal does have Holiday written down.
I don't know why you changed
why he
it.
accidentally said Halliday.
Oh, did I say Holiday?
You said Holiday or Halliday, maybe.
Oh, no, yeah, I wrote down Holiday. Yeah.
They are
the
two
Madonna
different
song, it's
baseball
definitely
players.
Halliday.
Big Phillies fan, Madonna.
All right. Well, that's what I had written down, even though it didn't matter. But after all of the points have been accumulated, it looks like Team Vocal Phalanges is only going to be picking up 30 points, bringing their total to a respectable 233. But picking up an extra 150 points by betting perfect in the final round is Black Eyed Onomatopoeia, bringing their total to 366, making them today's cream of the crop.
I'm talking all the way to the top. Yeah.
Oh, I'm living in a nightmare.
Well done. Matt, our score was basically a short home run. So
A short home run, as they call it.
I don't know what the shortest home run distance is
Over the left
possible,
field.
but-
Probably Wrigley's probably pretty short. Right?
Wrigley,
I believe it's 345 in Fenway. It's the pesky pole.
Gotcha.
yeah.
The trivia is over. I refuse to learn anything else after the cream of the crop is declared.
Well, you guys were excellent competitors, but you can't compete with Matt being in his element. Matt always says, "Could I have some sports questions, please?"
And
I
yeah,
got
David happily obliged. So it was a really well-rounded game. Otherwise, though,
thank you, David. Any parting words? Want to call your shot to the left field?
Are you going to say, we're going all the way?
Yeah. First and foremost, thank you guys for having me on. This has been a blast. Would love to be back with you guys. So already started writing my second game. So I'll let you guys know when that might be complete. Another shout out to my significant other, Kate, who is not only my first play tester, but dealt with me like writing all these questions and all the ones that did not make this episode. So she's very patient. However, she's out tonight with her daughter at SZA, whatever that is. Yeah. So to my coworkers who also listened to all my trivia questions, shout out to them. And the crop, once again, and Matt Doherty. for helping me out with some of these questions and everything, and Louis, your playtester.
Awesome.
They really helped define the game for me.
Yes.
So thank you guys.
Thank you very much to you and also them. I believe SZA is a musical artist, not to be confused with the Sizzla, which is a fajita restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, I thought SZA was like Snoop Dogg's new steakhouse.
And as always, we want to thank Airwave Media, our network. They have other podcasts that you can check out, such as The History of the Great War, History Uncovered, and Movie Therapy.
Thank you so much to David for also being a Patreon supporter. You can join him at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to not only get some main feed ad-free episodes of all our newest episodes, but a bunch of bonus audio content from the past 4 or 5 years that we've been on Patreon. And thanks to you, we've had all these great improvements to the studio, new microphone arms, our new recorder, going to be getting a new table, some new cords, all good stuff, a new processor for Matt, all good things. So thank you to all of our patrons.
And one last time, please check out the survey at surveymonkey.com/r/airwave.
And that'll do it for today's episode. For David, Matt, Ken, and Jeff, my name is Neal, and that was Triviality.